Quarter-final places up for grabs. UK Open, 5th round day. And we've already seen a magnificent performance from James Wade. A 9-2 victory over Ronnie Baxter. Coming next, Andy Hamilton against Raymond van Barneveld. Vincent van der Voort against Jelle Klassen. Wayne Jones, John Parr action. As we speak on board number 2, it's a bit scrappy though. Chris Thompson out in control. An 8-2 victory over Brendan Dolan. Simon Wally, Alan Tabban, Gary Mawson, Mark Dubridge and Wes Newton against Phil Taylor. Let's get a bit of reaction then to the first match of the evening. We can hear from James Wade.
James, well done. Was it as comfortable as it looked?
No, not at all. I mean, Ronnie missed quite a few shots at doubles, but, you know, I'm the same as any of the other top players in the world. Give me an inch and I'll take a mile.
It's a great way to finish, though. 10-darter.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I used one too many, though. Let's use 9. Phil showed us earlier on.
Something to aim for later in the tournament, though, because you're still there. Yeah,
I mean, it's the furthest I've been in this tournament. I never seem to do really that well. But hopefully this is the time I'm going to do well. It's always the UK Open in Bolton and Las Vegas I don't seem to do so well in. But this is the furthest I've been and I'm playing all right, so who knows?
Well, it's the furthest you've been. I've got to say, this is the most calm and relaxed that I've ever seen you.
Yeah, I think the Premier League's played a great part in that. Premier League are used to having like between 4,000 and 9,000 people shouting, booing. This, when they're trying as hard as they can, it's not that off-putting. But I'd rather play in the smaller crowds because you know it seems to be you can feel the atmosphere in the smaller crowds. In crowds like this, you can thrive off of it. It's a brilliant feeling.
Well done, James. Good luck in the next round.
Very relaxed looking James Wade. He'll be pleased to have got that one out of his system.
That was a great performance, Dave. I mean, you know, we said earlier on that he'd come out this afternoon, had that break, and he's come straight on that stage, and Ronnie Baxter had a chance to go 2-0 up and didn't. You know, you've got to take chances. I mean, James Wade is an experienced professional at 24 years old now.
It looked like he wanted to get it over as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, well, any game you want to do that, Dave. You know, you don't want to mess about with anybody, especially someone like Ronnie Baxter. But James Wade has come out of the pack now, and he's up there with Taylor and Barneveld as class professionals that you can't beat by playing bad. You have to play at the top of your game if you're going to beat them. And James Wade's one of them now.
Andy Hamilton against Raymond van Barneveld coming next. John McDonald, our MC, is waiting there to introduce our next 2 players.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on to board number 1. It's hammer time, Andy Hamilton. And all the way from the Netherlands, the 5-time champion of the world, Raymond van Barneveld.
Continues his quest for a hat-trick of wins. He struggled a bit in his last match against Jason Barry. How will he get on against the hammer? Stuart Pike and Dave Lanning will be in commentary. Before we go to them, we'll just chat to Rod Harrington. He did struggle this afternoon, Barney.
Yeah, he did, and if he struggles against Andy Hamilton could beat him. I think it's going to go the way this first game went, Dave. If Andy Hamilton takes his chances, then Barney's going to have a real fight on his hand. But Andy Hamilton's got to take him, otherwise Barney's got the experience to nick legs off him and go on and beat him.
At the moment it's looking good for Chris Thompson, the solicitor's clerk from York.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, you know, he's 8-2 up. You know, when that draw come out, both of them players honestly would have said, we'll settle for that, because they ain't drawn against a big player. But he's done the right job, he's got in there, he's a good scorer, and he's just buried Brendan Dolan.
There's something about this tournament that every year somebody comes through from the pack and reaches a semi-final, even a final. Barry Bates a few years ago. Yeah,
Mark Walsh was the same, you know. It is, and I don't think you can put your finger right on it, Dave, but it is, I think, in the long format, you know, there's so many games on the certain days. And it is that FA Cup draw. I think everybody thinks they've got a chance of getting a good draw.
One advantage that James Wade had, getting his work done early. Tomorrow is one of the toughest days in darts. The potential for a quarter, a semi and a final in one day. It's an advantage for him.
Well, it's a big advantage for him because he's a young man, he's fit, he gets in the gym a lot, and that is a massive advantage. But you can't write off Phil Taylor, although Phil Taylor ain't probably as fit as James Wade or looks as fit. Phil Taylor in his own right is very fit to be able to play darts for hours and hours on end. How
do you see board one going then?
Well, I see it going, when Barneveld don't come up there with his A game and he starts giving Andy Hamilton chances like Barney did earlier on, then I think Andy Hamilton could take this game. But Andy's got to take them chances that Barney's going to give him in these early 4 or 5 legs.
And he want to just forget what happened this afternoon and focus on the job in hand now.
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to forget that he gave Jason Barry loads of chances and it went nearly down to the wire there. He's got to forget about that. But sometimes, Dave, it's hard to forget about that. If he's been in that practice room and been struggling a little bit finding some form, he may have carried that up on the dartboard.
Chris Thompson just needs the 50 there to win this one. What's he going to do?
He'll probably go 10 for double top. These players don't mess about with the bullseye. He wants 2 darts to take it. You clear it up. It's gone. Yeah, it's a good clean-up for Chris Thompson. Yeah.
Very comfortable. Chris Thompson solicits his car from York. He took out 170 in his last match. A nice 50 finish to do a job on Brendan Dolan, the man who put out Adrian Lewis and his wife. He's very, very happy. A good payday for the hitman from Yorkshire. Let's concentrate on what's happening on our main board then. Board number 1, Hamilton against Van Barneveld, Stuart Pike and Dave Lanning.
Yes, and potentially a gigantic size banana skin for the holder of Van Barneveld here. Hamilton, the hammer from Stoke, is a player of considerable talent. He's used to the big time, he's consistent, he's steady, temperamentally he's sound. And Barneveld will have to be pretty near approaching his best to withstand this challenge. Here is Barneveld, who looked a little jaded against the double of Jason Barry this afternoon. You need to play better this evening, Stuart.
Yeah, absolutely. It was one of those games that he was just glad to win. Barry, 5-1, 6-2 down, and he nearly took Barney to a deciding leg. But Barney showing his class when it mattered, winning it with an 11-darter. And the defending champ won it for 2 years on the spin, of course. A 14-game winning run at this tournament here at the Reebok. Will Andy Hamilton be the first man to take out Barney at the UK Open?
Barneveld switching to 18s, he's 90. And a chance, an early chance, a faint chance for Hamilton, 167. It really would be an eye-catching finish if he could achieve it, which is now out of his range.
Raymond should require 60.
For the first leg with the throw, Barneveld won the ball. Double top. Normally he picks it off.
Game showing the first
he's picking tunes.
Raymond from Barneveld. Second leg is under the throw. Game on.
Do you know what, Dave? I think Barney will want to impress tonight. He'll want to send out a little message that he isn't in any mood to give up his title. But this could be a pretty interesting message from the hammer. Yeah, Barneveld won his first match easily, didn't he? 9-0. Tested against Jason Barry. It was a good workout for the Dutchman, the 5-time world champ, of course.
100.
You just get the feeling that Barney wants to show off a little, if you like, tonight.
Well, he's aware that his old rival Phil Taylor has grabbed most of the headlines today with that 9-dart finish earlier this afternoon, and he'll be anxious to redress the balance. Terrific tournament, this packed house. Upsets. Adrian Lewis, one of the favourites certainly to get to the semi-finals, going out to Brendan Dolan. Poor old Adrian must be watching. I've just been watching the other match, Dolan against Thompson on the other board, and Adrian Lewis must be wondering how Dolan, who frankly was disappointing, managed to beat it. But that's the magic of this format.
125.
Good leg, good steady leg of darts this from Andy Hamilton. Plenty of room.